Welcome everybody to our Lunch and Learn. This is Michelle Zito, and we are starting today's Lunch and Learn with our raffle winners. So Friday we did Flaunt It Friday. I absolutely loved your pictures, and I love using particularly good pictures like that, even in like Facebook events and stuff like that, because as nice as the company photos are, don't you think it's nice to show the jewelry on like the everyday woman? And that's what we all are. And we are some fine looking everyday women. So thank you for sharing your photos. And the winner of Flaunt It Friday, if you put in a picture, you're in. It's not like we judge them or anything. If you put in a picture, you're in. Oh, we just almost made Jen snarf her coffee.
It's close.
All right, Beth Briones, or Briones, how do you say? Am I too ethnicizing your name? Briones, Beth Briones, you win Flaunt It Friday with your beautiful photo. I actually particularly remember yours. So congratulations, prize going in the mail to you. And Money Monday, so let me share a little bit about that because I posted that without a previous explanation. And we've talked about the Book 4, Want No More before. So let me just, for those of you that are new or heard about that but forgot what it was, I wanted to get this back going because I've really been employing this principle myself, and my show schedule is back where I like it, which is a lot of shows. So what it is each week, work to add 4 new occasions of jewelry, occasions to show the jewelry on your calendar. Okay, now does that mean I mean like the following week, or you need to be out 4 times a week? No, it does not. Now, if you want to be out 4 times a week, because I know I myself would love to be out 4 times a week, but if that's not the schedule that you want, that's fine. I'm just saying that book 4 new appointments, shows, find a vendor fair, book a fundraiser, something 4 new each week. Because here's what happens. Every once in a while, you're going to do a party that nobody books, right? Every once in a while, hopefully more than every once in a while, you're going to do a show where the hostess says, you know, I do want to join. And that show is going to be the show that you just booked 3 shows. And you want that to be like, whew, okay, good. Because I actually was getting it hard to find places to put people on my calendar. You want the hostess taking 4 bookings to be a relief. Not where you're like, oh God, no, I have no shows. Okay, so that's why each week, constant contact, continue to reach out so that you are putting 4 new things a week. Over the course of the week, you're scheduling 4 new things. I don't care if it's for November 20th, January 10th, February 9th, December 18th, whatever it is, because I will tell you that the best way that you can start winterizing your business is by allowing people to book next year, right? So when people say, you can say, you know, I'd love to set up your show with you, when you're saying it at a show or you're having a conversation, this is the best time of year to have a show. Now that Halloween's over, Christmas shopping and holiday shopping is in full force. And with the weather staying unseasonably warm almost everywhere, I feel like it snuck up extra on people. Like today, it's finally November-ish weather in New York, and I only took my heavier clothes down from upstairs on Saturday. And in fact, my feet are freezing right now because I forgot to put socks on before I started the call. So now my toes are like ice cubes right now. But my upper body is nice and cozy. But because I went out and bought this sweater this weekend before I had taken my clothes down. So when people won't book, you know, we want them to book. Oh, thank you, Becky. We want them to book before the holidays because, of course, we love sooner, right? And I will say, you know, listen, it's high shopping time. You want to get in on that and capitalize that. However, and I say this, I'm giving them permission. However, if you know your schedule is not having it, then I would love to book you for next year. We have really great host specials traditionally in January. So I would love to book you for next year. So that way when people say, oh my gosh, I can't even think about it before the holidays, no problem. Let's do next year. What kind of day of the week generally works for you? Are you thinking a Friday night? Are you thinking a brunch? Because if you live in a cold place, those brunches book quick because people like to go out in the daylight when there's a little sun warming it up a bit, as opposed to going out in the dark and coming home in the dark. And you'll book those too, don't get me wrong, but if you live in a place that's very cold, then you're going to find that the brunches will become increasingly popular. Trisha, do you find that to be true? You live in a pretty cold place. Can you talk?
Yeah, it's pretty cold. Can you see the snow outside?
No, I did not, but I see it now.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot of brunches unless it's on the weekends.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm referring to. Weekend brunches, yes.
But I've done a couple of those like on a Sunday morning or Sunday even like after church type thing.
That's the exact brunch I'm talking about. Saturday brunches, Sunday brunches, because if they have little ones, the kids generally don't have sports because it's winter. Basketball, you know, maybe you have some indoor sports, but it's just not the same as when you're battling soccer and lacrosse and, you know, all of those outdoor sports that take place in the fall and the spring. So what I actually decided to do today so I can better track it, and it's something I used to do, and I don't know why I got away from it, is to have a booking notebook. Oh, Lisa Jackson, you are.
That noise.
You know me.
Is to have a booking notebook so that at the top of the page, this is, you know, consider this the week of November 6th or whatever. You know, new shows I booked week starting Monday, November 6th, and track all week so that next week when I post Money Monday, the shows you secure on that sheet is what you're going to take a picture of and post on the thread so that you can get into the raffle. And it helps you see, all right, it's Thursday. I've only booked one. I have 3 days left to book 4 more parties, to book 3 more shows for the Book 4 Want No More. Because if you are constantly putting new things on your calendar, you're never going to be in that, oh, shoot situation. Whether it gets created by a cancellation, a second cancellation, 2 hostesses in a row that decide to join, you never want that to be considered a bad thing. Oh my gosh, what do I do? Another hostess wants to join. These are real texts that sometimes people send me, and I'm like, you're going to do a cartwheel, and then you're going to go book some new shows. Tell me what's easier to find, a team member or a show? A show all day long, right? So if you are consistently doing that into your calendar, you're going to be thrilled when that hostess joins because you didn't know where the heck you were even putting these bookings, okay? And let's say you do get super booked up. You know what you can do? You can give that extra show to a team member. This past Friday, I was like, there's no way I am not working on Friday, November 3rd. That's an important date. It's like the beginning of November. People will book later November and December on a show like that. And the first person who booked it, super flaky. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. I put her on. But then when I had an amazing past host want the same date, guess what? I gave it to her. I left both of those shows on there. That way, if Tanya was holding, then I'll work with Sue to change it. If Tanya's holding, then I can either give Sue to a team member, because even if it's going to be a much smaller show than Tanya's, if I'm giving it to a team member that didn't have a show that night at all, no matter what, if she has 2 people there, that's 2 more people than my team member was going to meet, right? So double book, spread them out. I know Susie's starting to really run into a scheduling problem. So I told her 11, 3, and 7 on a Saturday. Could you imagine? You could work 1 day a week here at Park Lane. If you have a full-time job and you would prefer to knock them out at once, do your shows on 1 day, Saturdays, 11, 3, and 7, and just work the geography to your favor. So if you're in a particular area of town, I did this for a long time where I would write on Saturdays 11, 3, and 7. And if somebody in Suffolk booked 11, then the next person who came up and wanted to book a Saturday, I would take a quick look over my calendar. Oh, I'm already in Rocky Point. You know what? How does the 10th work? Want to do 3 o'clock? And I would try to work my way closer back home as the day goes on. And honestly, it's better for your gas. It's better for your time. Instead of driving there and back to Suffolk County twice, I'm driving there one way once, making a little way back, making a little way back, and now I'm home. So if you're saying I don't have all these days, pick one day and shove everybody into it. People take what you offer. And here's how I discovered that. I know this is not the topic I said we were going to do, and I will still do that topic. But for a long time, you know, I did my shows pretty much whenever I wanted because my husband has like a normal job, and I can go do my shows at night, right? Then this one year, right after Christmas, he texts me from work and says, I'm going on nights in January. And I was like, I'm sorry, I already work nights. What are you talking about? So what we decided was going to work out, what I decided I was going to do is I will offer my shows weekday mornings during the week for those that, if you're able to offer that time slot because of your work hours or because Park Lane is your full-time thing or whatever you can manage, if you remember to offer weekdays during the week, if you have your weekdays during the week free and you consistently offer it, people will start to take it because you'll say, if you're retired and you're home, if you're a nurse and work 3 days a week and want the show on one of the days you're home, if you work, part-time, whatever it is, I can accommodate you at a weekday show. It's not going to be your most popular time slot, but when you can get into a little circuit like that, it is the best because your own kids are in school too. So what do you care about going out on a Tuesday from 10 to 2? Your own family doesn't even know you're gone. Okay. So I would offer during the week, Friday nights. I did offer Friday nights because my kids didn't have as many activities on Friday nights. And then I offered 11, 3, and 7 on Saturday. I did not offer Sundays because it was the only day of the week during this time period that Anthony had slept and would be awake and coherent and we could be 5 people in the house. So that's what I offered. Weekday mornings, Friday nights, 11, 3, and 7 on Saturday. Do you know that I had my best sales year ever that year? And it's because I took control of my calendar. People weren't coming up and saying, well, I guess I'll take a weeknight. Well, Tuesday's this, Friday's that. They came up and they said, okay, so what was it? 11, 7, 3, and they picked from what I said. So if you want to take control of your calendar in any way, then just do that. Take control of your calendar by offering what works for you. And if they say, oh, I was hoping to get a Tuesday, then just say, I'm sorry, that's not available. And you put them into what is available, okay?
Michelle, can I ask you something?
Yes, of course.
When you're doing 11, 3, and 7 on a Saturday, how do you take control of getting, because sometimes when I find that people, like hanging around and they're socializing, you say anything during the show? Listen, I'm only here for a short time because I don't want to be disrespectful. Like, what do you say to get out of there?
That's a great question. I make sure that and this is a way to gain a lot of respect from your hostess and from your guests. I will tell my hostess, like during the process of the hostess coaching, I'll say, man, I am so excited I got you in on this day. I'm doing actually 3 shows. You're the first one of the day. So I'm excited to do your show first that day. Your friends are going to get the first dibs on the jewelry. And then they know, like, oh my God, she's going on to doing 2 other shows. And then when I start the show, I say, ladies, I'm so excited. Today is like a jewelry extravaganza. I'm here with you at 11. I'm going to be in Rocky Point at 3. And then I have a show in Merrick at 7. Man, I actually hope some of you are going to join because look how many places I need to go today. And that right there, they know, oh, she has to be in Rocky Point at 3 o'clock. So it sets an expectation of, like, we're not hanging here all day.
Yeah,
yeah. And truly, when I know that too, I do a shorter demo. And honestly, the shorter the demo, the better anyway. They didn't come to hear the Park Lane lecture series. Tell them, the guarantee. Tell them the sale. Highlight some people that you put some jewelry on. Share 1 or 2 of your fashion tips. So like I will talk about, you know what, with this group, I'm going to do fringe and mixed metal. That's the 2 things this group is going to learn. And then maybe the next time I'll remember, okay, I did fringe and mixed metal with them last time. So there's some repeat guests here. So today I'll do versatility and updating your silver with hematite. And now those 2 tips will be what I'll share that day. Because I could stand there and talk to them all day long, and I would, because I get definitely out of control. When they start laughing, it makes you want to talk more and whatever. But I'm going to run into my problem, right? I'm not getting to the place at 3 o'clock if I decide I'm putting on a comedy act. So I got to keep going and then start the orders. You know, those of you that are in a rush, I'm happy to do you first. Somebody's got to be first. I'll be right here. And those of you that need some more time to shop, feel free. Another thing I say to move it along, ladies, if you already made a big list, I'm putting the catalogs here. If you already have a big list, don't even look. You're only going to confuse yourself. If you made a big list with things you love, don't confuse yourself with things you didn't even see. Come on up and be first. And sometimes they do that. They're like, you're right. I don't need to see anything else. I'm barely having trouble deciding from here.
Michelle, yes, it does. Michelle, quick question. When you're doing your show, like I normally wait a little bit to give them the catalog. Do you give them the catalog when they come in to move it along, or do you?
Oh, I struggle with this so much. There's shows that I do and there's shows that I don't. Here's my bottom line. I don't want to, but if they ask, then I do. Because what I say to them is, when I'm explaining the sale and the procedure and all that, I do say, I'll give you the catalogs at the end because it's kind of a lot for you to hold the clipboard, your glass of wine, you got your bagel here. It's a lot. I don't want you to have to play a juggling act while I'm trying to show you the jewelry. And they usually are, and I nod while I say it, and they go, you know, because they're agreeing, like, yes, that would be ridiculous. How am I supposed to hold that? You know, I mean, of course they could. I would just rather they don't. But if people come in and they're like, do you have a book? And then somebody else says, oh, yeah, I would love to see the book. Then I just give it. I don't need to be like, you know, so strict and aggravating people. If they want to see a book, then I'll show them the book.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless, the wireless customer you call.
Hello, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the issue that I had when I did the fundraiser over the weekend, I was getting everyone wanted the book while they were getting their hair done. So they were looking at the book, and they came to me with the orders. Before I even got a chance to explain it. What?
That's no problem. Susie, every event's a little different. If they want to see a book and go getting their hair done, no problem. Here you go.
Yeah.
No problem. Here you go. That's what you're going to say.
Okay.
There's no
small problems.
There's no rules. Whatever works.
Yeah.
I always say, be what they are and meet them what's fun for them. So if what's fun for them is to listen and be quiet and whatever, then that's fine. If what's fun for them is to storm the table and never want to sit and even hear a demo, I've had that where I just kind of like, okay, and I say my spiel real quick while they're just standing all around me. Great.
Right.
Start faster that way, actually. I had a really great group in Freeport where they did that. They just hovered around and they never sat. So I just real quick did a few tips. They took a book, they sat down. I was out at like 9:15. The show started at 7. What is that? Never happens. So whatever is fun for them. People invited you for fun. So I will never tell a rowdy group to be quiet. I'll never tell a quiet group to be louder. Whatever they want, that's what I'm there for. Does every situation yield the best results? No, but nobody's going to go home saying, oh my God, that lady was ridiculous. She shushed us. Seriously, if I ever hear any of you shushing somebody, no, that is bad news. Nobody got to be a grown woman to be shushed by the jewelry lady in their friend's living room. Not happening. Not happening. right?
Mhm.
And a lot of you have been in direct sales before. You know that. Trisha, would you ever shush? Lisa Jackson, you've been doing home parties for a dog's age. I know you would never in a million years shush somebody. That's just like ridiculous. So, okay, so that was an awfully long story about book 4, Want No More. So let me pull the winner for that. And then I'm going to quick do the 135 with you. All right. And I actually addressed this a bit on the Facebook Live anyway, so we don't need as much time for that. But the book 4, Want No More winner is Maggie. Maggie, you booked a lot of shows, and let me tell you, Maggie, go buy a lotto ticket, because Susie Rositas had about 850 tickets in here, and you somehow still came out. So guess what? You better go play lotto today. All right, so Maggie, you win the book 4, and I hope that you guys will all start tracking your shows for the week. And if you are serious about building your business, you're going to be serious about getting these shows on your calendar, because these people are out there. People can say, oh, people don't want shows. You're with the wrong people. Go find new people. They do want shows. And when you get into a group, I made a conscious effort, and I told you guys this, I made a conscious effort to make some new friends through my kids. I went to a school event and didn't just sit with my own group. I met new people. One of those new girls was the Sunday brunch I did. It was 1,704 bookings, because the only person I knew at that show was the one woman from school who said, oh, do you know Tara? Now I know Tara. She just had the best show ever. So, open yourself up to some new experiences, meeting some new people, and putting yourself out there. That's where you're going to get the best results. So I said that one of our topics today would be how to make 135 magic for your business. And what that was really about is really our Rich Rewards program. And if you were on the live with me when they made the new announcements for the month, you heard some of this already, but I still wanted to talk about it today, because if you look, Rich Rewards has 6 levels, right? But if you focused on just 1, 3, and 5, you would have a transformed business even by January, but certainly by convention. And here's why. Level 1 Rich Rewards is which level? What do you get at level 1?
$250.
$250.
In jewelry of your choice, having achieved what?
1,000.
1,000?
Within the first 2 weeks.
Correct. It's funny. One of you is saying it and Lisa's mouthing it. Okay. So 1,000 in sales. I know you're on mute. In the first 2 weeks of the month, meaning the first 2 Wednesdays, which in this case is tomorrow. Okay. For this month. The reason for that is so that you are working in the beginning of the month, because shows in the beginning of the month bring you shows for the end of the same month, as well as even shows at the beginning of the following month. So that all of your business is not getting slammed in on the last day of the month. Consistent business means consistent money coming into your house. It means when somebody postpones, they're going into a week where there's, 1 or 2 other shows and not where all of your shows are. And it helps you get jewelry at the beginning of the month to use to your business needs at the end of the month. So when I earn those Rich Rewards, I set a world record from earned to redeemed. I smoked that claim form. Because guess what? The shows I did that weekend, I'm out of booking gifts right now. So the minute I put this show in tomorrow morning, I'm going to open my eyes and I'm going to redeem my Rich Rewards, because I need encore earrings. I need summit necklaces and lovey bracelets and the type of stuff that I send to people when they book a show. And that's what I use the majority of my Rich Rewards for. Prizes for you guys. And I generally add 1 new item to my kit just to freshen it up. So I get 1 thing for my kit and booking gifts and prizes. That's pretty much how I use the vast majority of my Rich Rewards. Okay? So that's level 1. That means you're working at the beginning of every single month. Great for your business. What's level 3?
The free ensemble?
Correct. And what do you have to do for that?
$2,500.
Right, for the whole month.
Mhm.
Now, first of all, how much easier is it to do another $1,500 when you already kicked out the first 1,000? Right? So that's pretty amazing. So, and if you missed it, okay, you still have at least 2, and in a month like this, 3 weeks to come up with your other 20, with the other portion or whatever of your 2,500. Now you're getting ensemble of the month. So yesterday, that honey ensemble showed up here at my house. So truth be told, I don't really have to use my rich rewards from level 1 to add a new piece to my kit, do I? If I'm really low on gifts and stuff, then actually I'll say, you know what? I have a new piece for my kit. I'm going to add honey. So let me not waste another 80, 100. I don't even know how much that costs. Let me not put that towards a new piece. Let me do all gifts. But regardless, this is what enables you to stay at your shows. Every time you book a showing with me, no matter if it's close or far away, I'm going to have new jewelry to show you. Right? Because it's either going to be because I got ensemble of the month. It's going to be because I rotate stuff. I have a whole bunch of, I don't know if you could see these next here. These are all things that did not go to my party this weekend. So the next group, when they book, I'm going to make sure I do take Cayman or Faye or, any of the other ones sitting there because I know they didn't see that this weekend. Anything that's new to you is new to them. Is Faye new? Actually, that came out in August, but I didn't bring it to the show. So the chances of them having realized that it was in the catalog, slim to none. People don't even see the stuff you have. They definitely don't see the stuff that you didn't bring. So at almost every show, don't people say, when's the new book coming out?
Mm-hmm.
I don't answer that. The way I answer that is I say, oh, I have new jewelry every month. I have new jewelry every couple of weeks, actually. Because that's their code way of saying, I'm going to wait and book until the next catalog. You'll be waiting till March for those bookings. So that's the other reason why we don't bring everything we own to every show. 1, it's ridiculous to carry. 2, you want to be able to wow them time and time again. If they come a week apart, 2 weeks apart, you want them saying, I didn't see this last time. I had somebody pick this up at a show and say, is this new? I've never seen this. Do you know that this has been in my kit since January 28th, 2014 in this color? My launch party had this necklace in it, and I'm pretty sure it's gone to every show since. And I was like, yeah, isn't it so beautiful? I'm not going to tell them it's not new. It was new to them. That's good enough. Okay? So that's levels 1 and 3. Now, in the meanwhile, you'll have earned 2, which is your BOGO catalogs, which as you're booking your show, increasing your calendar, you will need. But we're not focusing on that. We're focusing on 1, 3, 5. By default, you're getting 2. Okay? What's level 5?
2 recruits.
2 recruits. Now, to be clear, the 2 recruits only need to launch in the month at hand. Once they qualify is when the button that says claim now will come up. And that may be in the following month. So please remember that when you go in to claim your rich rewards, to scroll down to the previous month and the previous, because it may be weeks later that you qualify for that, and I don't want you to miss out on claiming it or think you don't get it. However, that's why we like people to, another one of millions of reasons why we like people to qualify in the month they sign, because for them, bonus bling is faster. For them, if it's the first 2 weeks of the month, they just earn level 1 rich rewards. For them, they did their 1,000 in a calendar month, and they're now ready to promote to branch. So there's many more reasons for them to do it than there is for us to do it, for them to have done it like for us. No, there's 3 reasons for them to do it. There's 1 reason for us, and that's getting the rich rewards. So we love that. So think about this. $2,500, even if you did the exact dollar amount net, $2,500. What is your personal commission on that? For some of you, it's 30, 35, 40, 45%, depending on your level. The commission based on your level or the promotion it would bring you if you recruited 2 in November and December and January. The commission on that 2,500 plus those 2 people, you're probably also promoting. Depending on where you are now. If you're a fashion director, you can promote twice. If the recruits are coming in a timely fashion and qualifying and whatnot. So that's where I would really love for you guys to either take a Rich Rewards brochure and prop it up, or even if you just write 1, 3, and 5 and track that, so that, because what you pay attention to is what you get. When you go to a show saying, I need to book 2 shows and I'm going to do what it takes to get it, you leave with 2 shows. If you go to a show saying, whose life am I changing today by offering them the business, you're going to leave with recruit leads. If you're tracking, I have taped right here. I'm going to have to retape it because this is taped on my little, this is the kind of desk that opens and closes, but I never close it. Anthony goes, why do we even buy that? You never close it. It's always open and a mess. Don't worry about it. It's my office. Okay, so I have this taped, and it's right next to my head, right here. The minute I put in my 300 for the week, this week I did it on the Thursday. I got to check it off the day after I checked off week 1. As soon as I have my 3,500, that's getting checked off. Because when you don't track things, that's how you miss out. And that was something I was taught very early in my direct sales career when I had a leader who said she lost a trip over, I think she said it was $21. Okay, that's enough to make you hurl yourself off the mountain, never mind scale down it. Okay, so no, we are not having that happen. Pay attention, track your numbers, and earn these things. These are just basic, 135 Rich Rewards, sales for convention. These are all things that are pretty easy to track. And if you're not sure how, your leader will gladly go over it with you, or I will. Questions? Was this helpful today?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Please know that the reason I do these things for you guys is that if you just wanted a fun hobby, you could have joined a quilting class at Michael's. You could have joined a bowling league. Okay? There are plenty of things that we can all do for just a fun side thing. And some people do join Park Lane as a fun side thing, and that's fine. My focus always for you guys is to educate you as much as possible to make the most money. The screen I'm looking at right now is people with full-time jobs, people with children, people that are needing to get back into the workforce, okay, that have, or, left their job. If you're moms, we were employed at one time. We have a skill set and we're using it here to make money. So my priority is always to you guys to help you make as much money as possible, because no one came here to waste time and not make money. So that is always my heart's place in trying to teach you guys as much as what I know and impart it onto you. Does anybody have anything else they want to share, say, do?
Question.
Yes.
I do have a question.
Okay, so
How do you decide? Oh, who's
go
going
ahead. Go ahead, Summer.
Yeah,
How
Summer,
do you
go ahead.
decide what to bring to separate your kit? Because I have a hard time with that. I have so
That was
much
my
and-
exact question.
Oh, well, then we get a twofer. It can be hard. Today I'm wearing Boulevard, but this did not go to a single show all weekend. And sometimes it's just a hard decision. If you use trays, when you look at the tray, if there's a necklace or something you can't see because it's squished up against something else, then something's got to come out. And you may feel sad about it, but you just have to get over it, because when too much is squished in there, your sales go down. When people see too many choices, sales go down because they get overwhelmed. And you know what they do? You know what? Just give me these heart earrings here. No? No, you're not just buying a $16 pair of earrings today. Like, whereas if we hadn't overwhelmed them with so many choices, they would have been more comfortable making a selection. So you want to look over your stuff, and am I showing gold? Am I showing some silver? Am I showing some hematite? Am I showing some rose gold? So look over your metals, and if you see you have 3 trays of one and one of another, thin it out. If you see that you have a lot of statement necklaces and not enough dainty, then some of the statements need to come out. And it may mean, I mean, listen, will you need that thing that you just took out? Without fail. This was a little tangled. I took it out of the tray, threw it on my kitchen table, and ran out the door because, as usual, I was late. A girl walks in. Well, I was about to be late. Girl walks in. She walks in. I said, "Oh, I should put Boulevard on her." Oh, it's on my kitchen table. But guess what? I put Jennifer on her. It looked just as nice. And 4 people bought Jennifer necklaces. Like, it's not like, oh, no, I have nothing to put on her now that I didn't bring Boulevard. So you just have to suck it up is really the answer to that, because we love everything and we want to show everything, and we think that showing everything will result in higher sales, and it's really just not the case.
So how do you choose?
I just do. Whatever tray is crowded, something's got to come out. If I can't see it. And also, too, take the time to look over your receipts. If you haven't sold, you know, a Solara in any recent memory, take it out. It needs a break. I call that, you know, what do I call that? I'm like, that's on a break. You know, where I have trays of jewelry here that are in season, you know, they're in the catalog, but they're on a break. Because then when you bring Solara back in 3 months, they're like, is this new? So a top selling item from 2014, but they didn't see it. So rotate things out. It's okay.
Okay.
And that's the other reason I do personal appointments. When I tell people I want your opinions, I'm not kidding around. When I see people say, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, and it's the same item, 4 appointments in a row, guess what? I take it out.
That works.
I try to do things that are seasonal too. So right now we've got lots of sweater weathers or things that you want to layer with scarves. So think seasonal as well. You know, you're not necessarily going to be taking Cherokee right now. That's very summery. So that's another, when you're looking at what you have in front of you, that you may want to consider about, you know, what people are going to be wearing to your show. You know, if it's a brunch, it might be something different than if it's a night show. They're going to be wearing different clothes. So think about what you can layer with the weather and the season as well.
Excellent
Great idea.
advice. Excellent advice. Because actually, so this is the kind of sweater, you know, I have on right now. And this is the same sweater, not this one, but something similar to it, that the lady that walked into the show had on. And I said to myself, that's right. It's cowl neck season. I do need this at every show. So something else is going to get the boot so that I can put this back in for the reasons Jen just said.
The other question I had is, how do you convince a person who thinks that, well, we live in an area where everybody's really conservative, and to wear a statement piece is like, no. So how do you convince people that jewelry is actually a really cool thing to wear? And do I even try?
Put it on them and then let people ooh and ah over how amazing it looks on them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're different, that for sure, that's step 1. Step 2 is to, again, meet them where they are. So I will say now, first of all, I like to share the merits of what a statement necklace does for you. So if you have one on, or you've put one on someone that's willing at least to try it, you're going to tell them a statement necklace is part of your signature look. It lights up your face. It makes you more memorable. And so if you're going on a job interview, if you're giving a presentation, that's your time to put on a statement necklace, because 8 other women are showing up in the navy blue suit, but only one is going to have the beautiful necklace with the navy blue suit, and that's you. And why not give yourself that extra advantage?
I like that.
It lights up your face. It draws attention to your eyes and to your lips, and just makes you look so much more put together. So at that point, you can show some of the, maybe you're showing a Cayman, a Sterling. But if for you, this is a little much right now, we're going to do some starter statement pieces. If you just want to put your toe into the world of statement pieces, and you're a gold fan, then I would love for you to consider the Fallon. As you can see, it is a much smaller necklace than something like Cayman in scale, okay? It gives you, it's not shiny gold, it's muted gold. And it still creates the same things that we're talking about, the same effects that we're talking about, but isn't so much and isn't so big and would be a great starter piece for you. If you're more of a silver fan and you want to put your toe into the pool of statement necklaces, then I want you to try Flora and show the Flora necklace, or at least point it out in the catalog. Now, if you live in a super casual place or a super conservative place, they may consider this a statement necklace.
Yeah.
And that's fine. If this is their definition of a statement necklace, then go for it.
Okay.
I would not consider this a statement necklace, but truth be told, it actually is. It's just a different kind of statement necklace. It's not blingy. It just is visually, I always say, when you want visual interest but not bling, that's what I say about necklaces like this, like granite, when you want it to be visually interesting but not blingy.
Okay.
That's how I describe things of that nature.
Okay.
Good. So we did get our jewelry tips in today.
Okay, one more question, because I'm just one of those who has lots of questions.
Okay.
I always drove my teachers in school crazy too. Okay, so this is a piece I bought because I loved it, but I think it's retired now. It's sateen. Do you wear your retired stuff or do you leave it at home?
Out.
Okay.
Out. It becomes a raffle piece. It becomes a booking gift. It becomes anything but something I'm walking around society in.
Okay.
Nope. And the longer you're here, the more you'll be okay with it. Because, in a month or two, we're going to find out what's getting discontinued. And some of you are going to make an appointment with your counselor over how am I going to continue on without my fill in the blank? Okay. And then here's going to be Michelle. Out. I don't care. It's going in a raffle group. It's going in a flash sale. It's going in something, because if I can't sell it, if I can't book for it, then bye-bye. Oh my gosh, now I just lost an earring. Well, ladies, I know we went a little over time today, but thank you so much for coming on. I always really appreciate when you're willing to put the time into your business. I know everybody's very busy, and you choose how to spend your time over the course of a day. So I'm glad you chose this today. Hope it was worth your time. And I will go ahead and post this recording for anyone who came on late or wants to rehear any of it. And if there's anything I can do to help you one-on-one, I'm only a message away.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.